How to be more charismatic and charming. Hi guys, I'm Apollonia Ponti. I'm your dating and relationship coach, and I'm also the founder of ApolloniaPonti.com. And I'm your coach for you men to master your attraction skills and build the confidence overall and understand what women want and create that dating, relationship, and life in regards to your personal happiness. Now, you know that little thing called charming and charisma. And a lot of men, you think that they can just embody this and it comes so naturally and it's so easy. And they typically can get their way with women or get get women to come to them more. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you why and also show you that you can embody this yourself. I know that you've seen men that probably weren't as good looking, and maybe even some good looking men that had their way with women that were really good, and women would come back to them and women would be intrigued by them, and they've embodied principal elements. And this can happen if you're single, if you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter. This is principal characters of how someone can not only be charming and more charismatic, but also brings in the element of emotional connection with women in general. So I want to talk about charisma. Charisma equals power plus presence, which gives you comfort, which gives women, I should say, comfort, right? So power and presence is part of charisma. And if we adapt to power and presence, we will have comfort. And when women have comfort with you as a man, they're more likely to call you. They're more likely to come back to you. They're more likely to be in a relationship with you. And they're more likely to see you as a man that they want instead of just another guy out there. And so I'm going to show you how to have this in this video. So make sure you keep watching. So let's talk about power. Power is somebody that can become adaptable and likable to any surroundings that you're in, really. And what's really important to understand here is that how you become adaptable is by understanding that everything, every notion that you get involved with, and some are out of our control, you can adapt to. And that comes in the power of your presence, which we're going to talk about as well. But power is understanding that nothing that comes your way will take effect on you emotionally, meaning like you won't give up that control. Doesn't mean that you can't be disappointed. It doesn't mean that you can't be sad, but how you react to it is really the power mechanism of this. Now, in order to really embody power, and this also comes not only with understanding how to adapt to your surroundings and be more likable, but really opening up the dynamic of just talking to people, right? If we don't talk to people and if we don't get out of our element much, then we're going to become in a fearful state constantly. So we need to control these mindsets if we have them, and we've adapted to lower mindset mentalities of just staying home, watching Netflix, and maybe just eating all day and just not doing anything with our time. What is the biggest thing here is how we become more adaptable to our surroundings is do things that are out of your comfort zone, right? A lot of men will do yoga, right? Yoga is really nice to do because you can get conscious with your breath. And a lot of men don't have that breath. They don't feel their breath for a moment. And that's where ego comes in. That's where anger comes in. And that's where we're vibrating very low when we're not vibrating high. But power is in just being able to take a breath and feeling it through. This is so, so important. And also to improving and doing things like acting classes or improv to get you out of your element. This by far is a game changer. I've done it myself and it actually helped me with public speaking. I hate acting. I hate improv. Like I hate acting, not myself. Like it's the worst feeling ever. But let me tell you, it got me to get out of my comfort zone significantly. And I got better with just talking to random people, strangers in line, because I was very introverted growing up. And another thing too is kickboxing and martial arts helps. I know a lot of my clients, I have them do martial arts or kickboxing. This helps you embody confidence in a dynamic of your body, how you compose yourself, how you control your behaviors, how you stand, how you position yourself, and also practice power poses in the mirror. This is significant because power poses will also create the mindset for you to look at yourself and say, I am enough. I am powerful. And when we start to say this, we train our brain to create these emotions around it, which is good emotions, which is belief emotions. And then the last thing I want to say here is you uphold standards for yourself and you uphold standards for each other people, right? So you are powerful because people that you have relationships with know the principles that come with you, basically. So, for example, my friends, my close friends, they know for sure that if they're around me, we all respect each other. There's no nonsense of talking about each other's back, no cattiness, none of that. We are straight to the point with each other. And if we have something to discuss, we tell each other to face. This is something that I've embodied in all of my friendships. And I've had these discussions when things didn't go wrong, right? Excuse me. And things didn't go right. And this is really important that people around you know the standards that you uphold within yourself. So then they can have the basically blueprint of how to treat you. Then we go into presence. Presence is you get rid of any imposter syndrome here, right? Presence is about you. A lot of times I hear men saying like, I don't know, she just couldn't connect with me. And I remember every time that I said I couldn't connect with a guy or I just didn't feel it. It was because number one, I deeply wasn't attracted to him because of the fact that just wasn't my type of guy because of XYZ if he was doing wrong in attraction and maybe it wasn't a good fit. Or number two was I did like him and I did find him good looking and I did like his life and his qualities, but there was something that was off about him. And that's kind of what made me stand back a little bit because it was a feeling I got. And typically this comes from men kind of not living 100% who they are and embodying who they are. And women can feel this, and I talk about that a lot. And so you want to get rid of any imposter syndrome. And what that comes with is you're trying to act like someone else, so you're not authentic. So the way that we can do this is become authentic, get rid of any perfectionism. You know, a lot of times when you thrive to be perfect, it doesn't let anybody actually relate to you. And that's the problem is people can't relate to someone who is striving to be perfect because it's an illusion and it's something that nobody can meet a standard for. So you've also basically done something to yourself that won't let people connect with you because you're striving to be perfect, and that's an illusion. And that comes from sometimes codependent behavior, which I have in my codependent product that I talk about. And also too, it also comes from childhood of, you know, maybe even being raised in an amazing household or in always having to uphold this composure of something. And then another thing is a comparison. I always say comparison is the root of all evil. And I always say comparison is the negative altercation of authenticity. Because when we compare ourselves to other people, we are comparing ourselves on a surface level. We don't know what people have been through in life. A lot of people have been through a lot of pain in order to become successful. A lot of people that are successful in life are the ones that had the courage to get up every day and do stuff that was uncomfortable and do things that were not the best feeling for them, but they knew that they had a message to spread, or they knew they had people that they can help, or they knew they had this amazing idea. And so in part of that is we need to understand that we have to reframe our thinking when it comes to our presence. Because if we think that we are XYZ and all these negative things here, like I'm not enough and she's not going to like me, I'm too short, I'm balding, I have white hair. If we think of all this superficial, you know what? Then what's going to happen is our dialogue, our framing, our presence of ourself is going to be negatively reflected onto that woman that we're talking to. And then over here, if we can practice compassion and we can have this thing called cognitive reframing, meaning we're cognitive enough to reframe our thinking, right? I'm not enough. No, actually, Brian, you are enough. You need to stop telling yourself that you're not enough, because that comes from this, this, and this. And now we're moving forward in life, and I'm going to prove that I am enough. I'm going to get this girl. I'm going to get this 10. I am going to get the girl that actually embodies happiness with me, and we build something together. I know I'm worth it, and I'm going to get it. Now we start retraining our mind. And then we come from compassion as well, because if we come from compassion, then we don't have room to judge. And judgment is only a mirror of our behaviors. When we judge someone, it's because we see something in them that we don't like in ourselves. So what's so important is presence is the ultimate conclusion of connection, guys. And this is how you become more charismatic and charming. You know, people out there is like, oh, say this one line, do this one thing. This will get you, this means you're a charming man. And it's about what you embody and who you are as a person. And this is not stuff that you can fake. This stuff takes work. And if you're willing to put in the work, you will get the result, trust me. And lastly, I want to talk about this is comfort comes into energy of what we're talking about right now. But the things that we don't want to forget about is in this approach, comfort is also in as a man from a woman's aspect and being pursued and seeing a man on the other side of it, and me liking a man or a woman liking a man is not only his great eye contact with us because he's present with us, but his idea to follow through. So he sticks to his word, and he's a man of his word, and he also follows through with it. So if you say you're going to plan a date on Friday, make sure you plan a date on Friday and not be skeptical and play these games and say, oh, I'm not going to call her because that means she's going to like me more. Don't wait 3 days to text a woman. Don't text her all the time, but don't think that there are specific rules, because you embody your own presence. You embody your own power. So power plus presence equals comfort, and charisma equals presence and power. Guys, I talk so much about this in my group coaching. It's my Attraction Masterclass course. And I would really encourage you to click the link below and sign up, because this is something that we embody at this 6-week program. And I teach you exactly how to really master your attraction skills. So you can click that link below and you can pre-register for our group coaching. As always, if you do want to take it beyond this, I do have something special as well for you. It's my 7 Common Mistake free ebook that men make when attracting women. It'll be below in the description box as well. And I'll see you again in the next video. Remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.